Is Japan actually affordable in 2026? The real costs revealed. Everyone says Japan has become cheap. The weak yen, the viral social media posts, people claiming you can visit Tokyo for less than Thailand. But is that actually true? Let me be clear from the start. Japan is not Thailand. It is not Vietnam. And anyone telling you otherwise is selling you something. Today we are looking at the real numbers, not the hype, not the Instagram version. The actual cost you will face if you book a trip to Japan in 2026. The common belief here is what people are saying: Japan is finally affordable. The yen has weakened significantly. £1 now gets you around 195 yen. $1 gets you about 150 yen. Travel influencers are flooding social media with claims. Ramen for £3, capsule hotels for 20 quid, train passes that unlock the entire country. The narrative is simple. Japan used to be expensive, but now it is budget-friendly. Book now before prices go back up. It sounds appealing, and some of it is technically true. The doubt. But let me introduce some doubt here. When flight prices from Europe still start at $600 return, when a single Shinkansen ticket from Tokyo to Kyoto costs $100, when accommodation in major cities starts at 40 towns per night minimum, can we really call this cheap? The weak yen helps, but it does not erase the fundamental costs of traveling in a developed country. And here is what nobody mentions. Japan in 2026 has seen price increases that offset much of that currency advantage. The Japan Rail Pass increased by 70% in October 2023. A 7-day pass now costs roughly $220. It used to cost $130. Accommodation during cherry blossom season has doubled in some areas. Popular restaurants now have reservation fees. Even convenience store meals have crept up in price. So before you book based on a viral post, let us examine the actual figures. The reality, costs breakdown. Let me give you the real numbers for a 2-week trip to Japan. Flights. From London to Tokyo, expect $600 to about $200 for economy. From the US, approximately $500 to $1,500. From Australia, around $800 to $2,000. This assumes you book several months ahead and avoid peak seasons. Cherry blossom season, March to April, will cost significantly more. The same applies for autumn colors in October and November. Budget airlines exist, but watch the baggage fees and meal costs. They add up quickly. Accommodation. This is where your budget takes the first major hit. Budget options. Hostels and capsule hotels run $20 to $50 per night. These are functional but basic. Shared bathrooms, limited space, often loud. Mid-range hotels. Business hotels and budget chains cost $40 to $100 per night. Clean, small rooms. Private bathroom, usually near train stations. Higher-end options. Proper hotels start at $100 per night. Ryokans, traditional Japanese inns, cost $150 to $300 per night, sometimes more during peak periods. For a realistic 2-week trip staying in mid-range accommodation, budget around $50 to $70 per night per person. That is $700 to $980 just for somewhere to sleep. Transportation. This is where it gets complicated. The famous Japan Rail Pass is no longer the obvious choice. At $220 for 7 days, you need to travel extensively to make it worthwhile. A single Tokyo to Kyoto Shinkansen ticket costs around $100. Tokyo to Osaka is similar. Tokyo to Hiroshima, roughly $150. For a typical route covering Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and perhaps Hiroshima, individual tickets might cost $300 to $350. A 14-day rail pass costs approximately $380. You save money only if you are moving between cities frequently. Within cities, transport is actually reasonable. Tokyo subway rides cost $1 to $2. Daily metro passes run about $8. Most major cities are walkable anyway. Overall transport budget for 2 weeks, $300 to $500 depending on your itinerary. Here is where Japan offers genuine value. Budget meals, ramen shops, conveyor belt sushi, convenience stores, $5 to $9 per meal. Convenience stores in Japan are legitimately good. not like UK petrol stations, proper fresh food, rice bowls, noodles, sandwiches, all under $5. Mid-range dining, casual restaurants, izakayas, proper sit-down meals, $11 to $20 per person. Higher-end dining, kaiseki ryori, quality sushi restaurants, $80 to $150 per person. For someone eating a mix of convenience store breakfasts, affordable lunches, and proper dinners most nights, budget around $20 to $30 per day. That is $280 to $420 for 2 weeks. Attractions and activities. Most temples and shrines are free or charge minimal entry, perhaps $3 to $7. Castles and major museums cost $10 to $15. Theme parks like Universal Studios run $50 to $80 per day. A reasonable activities budget, $15 to $30 per day. $210 to $420 for 2 weeks. Let me add this up for a comfortable 2-week trip. Flights, $900 average. Accommodation, $850. Transport, $400. Food, $350. Activities, $300. Total, approximately $2,800 per person. This is not including shopping or emergency expenses. If you travel as a couple, sharing rooms. Around $4,800 total, so $2,400 each. Can you do it cheaper? Yes, by staying in hostels, eating only convenience store food and walking everywhere, perhaps $100 to $800 to $2,000 per person. Can you spend more? Easily if you prefer comfort and variety. Now let us address the weak yen properly. The exchange rate has made Japan more accessible compared to 2019. No question about that. But context matters. Japan is still a G7 country. Salaries are high. Infrastructure is world-class. Service standards are exceptional. The weak yen means your money goes further than it did 5 years ago. But it does not mean Japan has suddenly become Cambodia. Compared to London or New York, yes, Japan offers better value. Compared to Southeast Asia, it is significantly more expensive. The advantage exists, but it is relative to where you are comparing from. Japan in 2026 works well for certain travelers, people who appreciate quality and efficiency. Japan delivers exceptional value for service and cleanliness. The trains run on time. The food is consistently good. The experience is reliable. Travelers who have been waiting for better exchange rates, if you have been putting off Japan due to cost, now is genuinely better than 5 years ago. People visiting from strong currency countries, UK, US, Europe, Australia, the current rates work in your favor. Those who enjoy urban exploration and public transport, Japan is built for this. Cities are walkable, trains are everywhere. You do not need expensive tours or private drivers. Travelers who eat local food and avoid Western restaurants. Japanese cuisine at local restaurants is affordable and excellent. The moment you want familiar Western food, prices jump. Who this is not good for? Japan in 2026 is not ideal for everyone. Strict budget backpackers expecting Southeast Asian prices, you will be disappointed. Hostels are not $3 per night. Meals are not $2. Transport is not $5 for a 6-hour bus journey. People who need familiar comforts and Western amenities. Hotels with large rooms are expensive. Western food is overpriced. Everything is smaller than you are used to. Travelers who want complete spontaneity. Peak season accommodation books out months ahead. Popular restaurants require reservations. Shinkansen seats on weekends fill quickly. Those expecting a dirt-cheap adventure. Japan rewards planning and research. It does not reward winging it. Families needing large accommodation and flexibility. Hotel rooms are small, connecting rooms are rare. Everything costs more when multiplied by 4 people. Let me be honest about something else. The viral posts showing someone eating ramen for $3, that is real. But it is one meal, not your entire trip. The capsule hotel for $20 per night. It exists. But do you actually want to sleep in a pod for 2 weeks? The beautiful photos of empty temples? Possible. If you wake at 5 a.m. and skip the famous spots during peak hours. None of this is false advertising, but it is selective truth. A realistic Japan trip involves compromise. Some cheap meals, some proper restaurants, some early mornings, some sleeping in, some budget transport, some necessary Shinkansen rides. The people having the best time in Japan? They are not the ones trying to do everything for $30 per day. They are the ones who budget properly, spend on what matters to them, and cut costs on things that do not. So here is my settled conclusion. Japan in 2026 is more affordable than it was in 2019. The weak yen is real and it does help. But Japan is not cheap. It is better value. There is a difference. For a comfortable, enjoyable 2-week trip, budget $2,500 to $3,000 per person. This includes flights, decent accommodation, proper meals, and flexibility. You can reduce this to $1,800 by making sacrifices. You can increase it to $4,000 by adding comfort and experiences. Is it worth the cost? That depends entirely on what you value. Japan offers an experience unlike anywhere else. Efficiency, safety, culture, food, all at a standard that justifies the price. If you have been waiting for it to become cheap, stop waiting. It will not happen if you have been waiting for better value. Now is reasonable. Not perfect, but reasonable. The country rewards those who plan properly, who understand what they are paying for, and who accept that quality has a price. Book Japan for what it is, not for what social media claims it to be. The numbers do not lie. Japan costs what it costs. Your decision should be based on whether the experience justifies the expense, not whether someone on Instagram made it look cheap. Plan properly, budget realistically, and you will have an excellent time. Chase viral bargains, and you will spend your trip disappointed. That is the reality of traveling to Japan in 2026.